My name is Grant Imahara, and I play Lieutenant Hikaru Sulu, helmsman of the USS Enterprise.
Excellent, excellent!
Which I have always wanted to say. That's a bucket list item right there that I just checked off.
Grant, how did the first day of shooting on Star Trek Continues go for you?
My first day on set was great. We did a really intense scene, which is sort of in the teaser for this episode, and it's, you know, there's an anomaly out in space, something that they encounter that's draining the ship's power, and it's a very exciting scene. And, you know, I get to say some great stuff like torpedoes locked. I mean, torpedoes locked. You know, that's you know, if you wanna, if you're playing Sulu, that's one of the things that you want to say.
You already did the vignettes a while back, and now you're back, and the sets are much more expansive. When you first came onto set and everything, what were your first thoughts?
You know, the first time around when we filmed the vignettes, they were here in the studio, but it was only the bridge and a little piece of the corridor, and that's it. I mean, now, this morning, I got the tour of what they've been working on between then and now, and it's a full ship. I mean, as you walk the corridor, you can walk down the corridor. It's complete. There's a roof. You can turn a corner, and there's a transporter room. Turn another corner, and there's sick bay. I mean, it's the sort of thing that you don't realize until you're actually here, how that feeling of completeness makes it feel like you're on a real ship, like you're on the Enterprise. And I can see why they laid out the sets originally like that. You know, it just gives you that whole inclusive feel being part of that environment.
Grant, I think a question a lot of people might have is, are you a fan of Star Trek or of Mr. Sulu?
You know, I have to say, it's such an honor to be working on this. I mean, for one, this is one of the most, if not the most, ambitious fan films to date. You know, we've got every set, every original set, all in the right places, in the right scale, and it's so complete. Everybody here is working really hard on their characters. I mean, you know, and for me, personally, playing Sulu it's so awesome because, you know, growing up as an Asian American kid in the 70s, you know, I'm watching it on reruns, but there aren't a lot of Asian American people on TV, and the people that are like thugs or, you know, kung fu guys, or, you know, they're bad guys or nobody, or, you know. And here, the one guy who's Asian American, who's on TV, who is a hero, is Sulu. I mean, he steers the ship. He fires the torpedoes. You know, he basically controls how the ship moves, and it's great. It's great to see. It was great for me growing up, seeing someone that was a good guy. That was an Asian American.
I understand that you and George Takei, who of course played Sulu in Star Trek, had a dialogue with you on Twitter. Is that correct? So
this time around coming, I tweeted off to Georgia to join the crew of Star Trek Continues to shoot our thing, and then I, you know, said, oh, you know, I'm really excited to be saying torpedoes locked, and then I thought, you know what, I should actually just take this opportunity to give a shout out to George Takei and say thanks for inspiring me personally. So I wrote that in a tweet and I sent it to George. And he must have been on his computer at the time or looking at his phone. And it was 5 minutes later, he tweeted back to me and said, hey, Grant, you know, thanks for continuing to inspire future generations. And it's like, I could not stop grinning the whole day. I mean, that's, you know, that's the sort of thing. It's like, wow, because he inspired me, it was such a tremendous positive thing in my life, and now because I'm on TV on Mythbusters, I now get to carry that torch and inspire future generations of Asian Americans by showing a positive role model guy on TV.